Alright everyone, we got a 12 round fight for you guys this time. It's between Don Cockell and James Buster Douglas. Don Cockell is a slugger and James Buster Douglas is a boxer. Both of them rated 6. So we got a 12 round fight for you guys, and we're going to be using the program to get through this fight quickly and easily. And if it goes quick, we'll have another fight for you after this one. But in the meantime, it's about time to get things ready for the fight. Don Cockell. Our referee today is Art McCanty Jr., who has normal fouls and early TKO. And for Don Cockell, he has a trainer that gives him poor training, and the cut man is average. For James Buster Douglas, again, training is poor, average cut man. Let's get this fight underway. This is titled Bout 2, and away we go. It looks like Don Cockell is going to be our aggressor here. Control factor of 8. Outside his range. So we're going to go to a control check. It's going to go to Buster Douglas is in control. 18 is going to land a punch. All right. Lands a punch. 35 is going to be a 2-point hook. Oh, should I have clicked on this? Let's undo that for a second. Yeah, let's undo that. So control factor, yes. $18. Damn. Why is this not? Hmm. 18 random number. So that should be a 2-point jab. Sure, why it's not giving me that. Why is it highlighting the control factor? So, all right. Control factor is 11. That's outside his range. So we're going to go to control check. It's going to go to Buster Douglas. Hopefully I'll get it right this time. 13. Lands a punch. Two points is 13. Oh, it's going to... Oh, that's what I got to do. I'm going to click on that. And the result is 19. There we go. All right. All right, so now we're going to do a control check. It's Buster Douglas again in control. 39 is going to be a miss punch. And it's going to be a counter punch. 73 is going to be out of the range for Cockell. Sorry about that. All right, so 1, control. 47 is going to be a clinch. Stays in control. 53 is another clinch. Loses control, so we go to control check. It's going to go back to Buster Douglas as Don Cockell cannot get his control factor 8 or less. 58 is going to be another clinch though. He will stay in control. And 11 is going to be a landed punch. 2-point cross. Stays in control. And a 12-pointer. It's going to be another landed punch. And a 2-point cross. 13 is a miss. And so finally, Don Cockell here with a minute left in the round decides He's going to do something, but he's going to clinch. And he's going to lose control. And we're going to go back and forth. James Buster Douglas with it. 63 ring movement. He's going to move him into the far corner. And it's going to be a control check. 11 is a punch. 2-point uppercut. Stays in control. A 12 is going to land another punch. A 2-point jab. And it's all Buster Douglas in round 1. Stays in control. 44 is going to be a counter punch. It's going to be the end of the round. But a 42 is going to be a punch missed anyways. So it was a 10-0 round. Actually, it was a 12-0 round. But because I didn't click the right button to begin with, Buster Douglas got screwed out of 2. Endurance for these fighters. One thing we didn't look at. Buster Douglas starts at 78. And Don Cockell 73. And Cockell will be down 10 after that first round. Going to round number 2. And hopefully I'll start clicking on the right buttons here. We're going to start with Don Cockell. And he does get it within his range finally. 78, though, is ring movement. And he's going to stay in the center of the ring. Stays in control. 27 is going to be a landed punch. It's a 2-point hook this time. Stays in control. 43 is going to be a counter punch. Buster Douglas 17 is going to land a 3-point cross. Good counter punch there by Buster. And Don Cockell loses control over to Buster Douglas. Douglas is going to land a punch. And it is going to be a 2-point combination. Then we're going to go back. And Douglas is going to take control. 139 left to go in the round. 46 is a clinch. Both fighters are warned for excessive holding. Stays in control. 64 ring movements. And stays in control. 10. Let him land another punch. He's landed a bunch of 10s. 2-point combination. 11 is going to not... I'm sorry. Undo that. 11, he would not stay in control. So with the 11 the control factor, we're going to do a control check. It's going to go over to Don Cockell. Cockell 60 is going to do ring movements. He's going to put him in the far ropes, and his control factor is going to go up to 9 now, but not 11. And it's going to go over to Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas is going to land a 2-point hook. Stay in control. 23 is going to land another 2-point cross. And we will do a control check. Buster Douglas will get in control, but it's going to land a punch at the buzzer. A 2-point combination. 13-2 in round 2. And this fight is quickly becoming out of control for Don Cockell. It might have bitten off too much for him to chew in this fight. Round 3, we'll see. Cockell gets to start. He gets in control. 51 is a clinch. Loses control over to Buster Douglas. Douglas is going to counter punch by Don Cockell. 62 misses, though. Buster stays in control. 43 is another counter punch. Back-to-back counter punches. This time he's going to land a 2-point jab. Buster Douglas stays in control. 25 is going to land his own jab this time. And we're going to have a control check. It's going to go to Buster Douglas. 48 is a clinch. And Don Cockell now in control. 10 lands a punch. It's a 2-point hook. Stays in control. 30 is going to just land a punch. 2-point jab and stays in control. 60 is a clinch. Loses control and Buster doesn't take it. Don Cockell back in control. 53 is going to be another clinch. Stays in control. 39 is going to be a miss punch. A control check is going to go to James Buster Douglas. 66 is ring movement. Into the corner they go. And Don Cockell in the corner. 69 is going to push him back into the center of the ring. 16 seconds to go. Buster Douglas with it. And an 11 will land a punch at the buzzer. 3-point cross. And just at the buzzer, he's going to tie this up at 5 apiece. Not much action in that round. And fortunately for Buster Douglas, that three-pointer right at the buzzer gives him a tie. So it could go either way in the judges' scoring. So, what I'm going to actually do is I'm actually going to, before I start the next round, I'm actually going to remove that, and I'm going to do it by section. There we go. Because, there we go. All right. Okay, here we go. Next round, round 4. Ding, ding, ding. Cockell first and stays in control. 10 hits a 2-point combination right off the bat. Comes out swinging. Then loses control over to Buster Douglas. 28 is going to land a punch. It's a 3-point hook. Stays in control for Douglas and lands another 2-point cross. And we got a control check back and forth to go. Cockell now, 72. It's going to be ring movements. They will stay in the center of the ring. Stays in control. 9 is going to land a nice 2-point combination there. Stays in control. 68. Another ring movement. Far corner. Control factors up to 9, but again gets the 11. And Buster Douglas stays control. Oh, he's going to land a power punch. That was a 4. Why wouldn't... let me undo that. Hang on. 4 should have been... Can't click on that one. Alright, I guess we'll click on the... Oh, there. That's why it pops it up afterwards. All right, rocked by a tremendous punch, scores 5 points. Automatic control for the next section. And Killer Instinct is over. 17 is going to land another punch. 2-point hook. Buster Douglas loses control, gains it back, lands another 3-point cross. It's going to go over to Don Cockell. Cockell with it. 15 is going to land a 2-point cross. And control check. Don Cockell's going to win that. 24 is going to land a 2-point combination. End around 4. And ding, ding, ding. Good fight there. 15-8. Both fighters pretty busy in that one. And so far, Buster Douglas with 43 damage to Don Cockell's 15 after 4 rounds of fight. So Buster Douglas is averaging just over 10, while Don Cockell's averaging just under 4 points per round. Oof, that's not good. Alrighty, here we go. Round number 5. It's Cockell. It's still Cockell. Nope, it's going to be Cockell. 38 misses a wild punch there. Stays in control. Lands a 2-point uppercut this time. Stays in control. 64 is ring movement. Puts him in the far ropes. Stays in control. 69. And they're going to go back in the center. Stays in control. 22. Lands a 2-point cross. And we got a possibility of a cut. No cut this time. Stays in control. And a possible foul. No foul. Referee cautions both fighters. And loses control. Finally, Buster Douglas here. 142 to go in the round. 71 is going to put him in the far corner. 6 is going to stay in control. 61 is ring movement. They go back in the center. Stays in control. 18 is going to finally land a 3-point uppercut. And that one is also no cut or swelling, but could have been dangerous there on the face of Don Cockell. Buster stays in control. 20 is going to land another 2-point combination. And Don Cockell now with just 1 minute left in the round. 74 ring movement. And it's going to put him in the far corner. Loses control. Back and forth we go. Don Cockell, 49. Clinches. And Cockell back in control, 41. Is a miss. Over to Buster Douglas, 32. He's going to land a punch right as the round ends. Once again, a 2-point combination. And he's going to take this round 7-4. But close enough that the judges might have given this one to Don Cockell. Only a 3-round advantage for Buster in round 5. Buster Douglas against Don Cockell here in the heavyweight 12-round fight. We're going on to round 6. After this round, we'll be halfway through. So Cockell starts. And it's going to go right over to Buster Douglas, 25. And Buster's going to land a big hook right on the cheekbone of Cockell. And Cockell is going to take control. 58 is going to clinch. Stays in control. 34 is going to be a miss punch. And it's going to be Cockell back in control. 19 punches land. 2-point uppercut. Buster Douglas back in control. He's going to land a 2-point hook. And now it's a 41. That's going to be a counter punch. 12 is going to land a 2-point uppercut. 4-4 so far in this round. Control check. Cockell with it. 28 is going to land a 2-point cross. 13 is a control check. Douglas. 33 misses. Stays in control and is going to land a big punch. Jab. 17 is a punch. Control check. Over to Cockell. Cockell clinches. Up. Undo that. Sorry. That should have been a control check. 17 is outside his range. So control check goes to Buster Douglas. And the round is 52 and it would be a clinch. So there is round 6. Another tight one. 5 and 6 have both been pretty tight. 6-7, Cockell finally coming out of his shell. And Buster Douglas not being as active. So after 6 rounds of action, 57 for Dames Buster Douglas, 25 for Don Cockell. We go to round number 7, and it's Cockell up. And away we go. And nope, it's going to be Buster Douglas. 30 going to land a 3-point cross. No cut or swelling. Stays in control and is going to land another punch. 2-point jab. And back in control, we have a special. Both fighters land a punch at the same time. Okay. Okay, so they each land a 2-point combination and a 2-point hook. Okay. So each of them get 2 points. Buster Douglas, no. Loses control. Back to Buster Douglas. And we got a possible foul. Referee cautions both the fighters again. And we move on. Control check. Cockell. 36 for Cockell's a miss punch. Loses control over to Buster Douglas. 45 is a clinch. Stays in control. 60 is a ring move. Stays in control. 75 is going to put him back in the center. I thought it automatically put him back in the center. If you've moved, it would automatically put you back in the center. But in this case, it puts him in the near ropes. So, okay. Stays in control and a possible foul. Oh, the referee's going to stop the action and issues a stern warning to James Buster Douglas this time. And both the fighters go back to the center of the ring. Stays in control, and 11 is going to land a 2-point jab. And once again, a 2-point combination by Buster Douglas. And a missed wild punch there. And finally, Cockell's going to land a big punch at the end of the round. And that is a huge punch. A ripping blow, knockdown. If opponent has a A KP is equal to less than the number in the cell. No knockdown. Score 5 points plus a full killer instinct plus KD2 added to KD1 for the next round. That is huge. And I do not have on the end of the round saves you, but I cannot click on any more. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end. The round actually does save him. Otherwise, Buster Douglas, the big puncher, Don Cockell, if it would have come earlier in the round, could have had a big moment in the round, but he waited too long to throw the hands. He needs to throw it earlier in the round. So we go around another close one, 7-5, or 7-5, 10-7. So that one could have gone either way either. So we go on to D. Scott Howard. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We go on to round 8. Don Cockell and Buster Douglas. And it's going to go right to Buster Douglas. 48 is a clinch. And Cockell now in control. 43 is going to be a counter punch. 21 is going to land. 2-point hook by Buster Douglas. Cockell stays in control. 23 is going to be land a 2-point cross. Stays in control. 27 is going to land another 2-point jab. And Buster Douglas finally in control. And 11 lands a 3-point hook. Cockell now lands a 3-point combination with a possibility of major cut high on the forehead of James Buster Douglas. This is going to impair his vision and give him -1 to his control factors. So major cut on his forehead. And Buster Douglas is now down a control factor. So Don Cockell loses control over to Buster Douglas. 8, he's going to land a punch. It is a 2-point combination. And it's going to be Cockell back in control. Ring movement. Puts him in the far ropes. And control check back to Cockell. Lands a punch. And this is going to change the whole fight going forward. Unbelievable. It was Buster Douglas was 10-8 in control factor, but because of the cut on his forehead, it's now 9 versus 9 in control factors. So Don Cockell has a good opportunity to get control as Buster Douglas. He stays in control. 5, he's going to land a big punch. Oh, just misses a power punch. But it's a 3-point uppercut, and it's a 13-5 for Don Cockell. And the hometown fans rooting for Don Cockell are on their feet. As Cockell is going to land a huge punch. It's on the button. And that's going to end the round again. It's a big one right as the buzzer goes. 4-pointer. But a 17-5 Don Cockell shaking his fist as he heads back to his corner. Shaking his fist as he heads back to the corner, knowing that was a good round as Buster Douglas is starting to wear out here in round 8. Things are changing. Things are afoot going into round 9. It's Don Cockell and James Buster Douglas. Let's see if Cockell can continue things in round 8. in round 9. The cut man has done a good job stopping the bleeding of the major cut on the forehead of James Buster Douglas. So does that revert everything back? Let's see here. It's going to go to Buster Douglas. 54 is going to be a clinch. And it's going to be Cockell. And Cockell's been warned by the referee. Keep the punches up. Control check over to Buster Douglas. 77 is ring movements. 20 is a control check over to Cockell. 68 is going to be ring movement back in the middle. And Loses control over to Buster Douglas. No punch has been thrown. Finally, 2-point hook by Buster Douglas. And it's going to be Cockell. 14 is going to land. It's 2-point cross. Buster Douglas here. 57 is a clinch. And a 12 is going to land a 2-point uppercut. Stays in control. 41, though, is going to be a counter punch. 47 is going to miss. It's going to be a control check. Back to Cockell. Cockell needs to hit this one with just 27 seconds left. 52, he clinches. Stays in control. He lands. 2-point hook. And no cutter swelling. And ended the round. He stays in control. But I cannot give another card, so that will do it. Ding, ding, ding. But Cockell is going to take that 4-3. Round 9. Not a lot of action going on. A lot of movement and all that. But no fisticuffs. No big fisticuffs anyways. Don Cockell's hit twice power shots, but they both come on the very last punch of the round. So he didn't get any of his killer instinct. So we go on to round 10. Cockell first. And it will be Cockell. 73 ring movement. Stays in control. 11 is going to land. Finally a 2-point cross. And loses control. Back to Cockell. Ring movement. A 15 is a control check. Cockell back in control. It's going to land a 2-point cross. 17 is a control check over to Buster Douglas. Buster is going to land a 3-point jab. 8 is going to stay in control. 69 is ring move. Back to the middle. Stays in control. Lands a 3-point uppercut. Loses control over to Don Cockell. Cockell special. Nothing occurs, breaking the action. Stays in control. 35 is a miss punch. And a control check goes to Buster Douglas. 7 is a nice 2-point cross. Stays in control. 56 is a clinch. Stays in control. 48 is another clinch. Stays in control. 31 is a punch. 2-point jab. And the end of the round comes. Ding, 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 ding. So, James Buster Douglas won that one 10-4. 6 points. I think you still draw for referees at 6 points. So, unless the computer game is slightly different than the board game. So, Douglas still has 13 endurance. Cockell is already fatigued. So going into round 11, it's going to be Cockell. Stays in control. 39, though, is going to be a miss punch. No control. Oh, undo that. It should be a control check. To Buster Douglas, 59 is a clinch. Control check over to Cockell. Cockell is going to land a 3-point combination. Boom, boom, boom. Control check to Douglas. 58 is going to clinch. Back to a control check. Douglas takes it. 38. Miss punch. Stays in control. And a possible foul. Referees caution him. And a control check. Douglas takes it. Ring move. Stays in control. And another foul. And a control check. Back to Douglas. Ring movement, and he's going to put him in the near corner. Stays in control, 68, and they're going to go back into the center, and that is going to be... Wow, that was mostly Buster Douglas, but it was all ring movements, and there was no punches. Like, he clinches a lot, and so Cockell actually wins the round 3-0. And he did, like, one punch. Maybe 2 punches, but I mean, it was a pretty interesting round. I've never had that. Like, one fighter was like dominating the round and I look up and they have 0 points. That's crazy. A lot of dancing around. That's right. Looks like he's out of gas. Well, I mean, he's technically got 8 endurance left. He's not fatigued. Round 11 was a snoozer. Well, round 12. Let's see what we got for round 12. Cockell first. Here we go. And no control. So control check. Douglas. 10 here. He plans a 2-point uppercut. Stays in control. Ring movement. Stays in control and ring movement again. And a control check goes to Cockell. Cockell's going to land a punch. It's a 2-point combination. Control check to Douglas. 64 ring move. Stays in control. 12. Lands a 2-point jab. Stays in control. 18 is going to land a 3-point hook. Stays in control and is going to land another 3-point cross. 8. It's going to stay in control. Ring move. They stay in the center. Stays in control. This round has been mostly James Buster Douglas. Ring movement is going to put him into the near ropes. Stays in control. 35 is a miss punch. Stays in control. Oh, he's going to finally land an uppercut. James Buster Douglas lands a big one. It's going to be a clean shot. Almost drops him. And James Buster Douglas is going to get his full Killer Instinct. 7 shots in a row here. 19 lands a punch. It is a 2-point cross. Lands another punch. 3-point cross. Lands another punch. That is an uppercut. And the Killer Instinct phase is over. 57 is going to be a clinch. So good one there as Buster Douglas is dominating round 12. 20-2. And he's going to stay in control. A 5. He almost lands another power punch at the buzzer here. 4 seconds to go. And ding, ding, ding. That's the end of round 12. That's the end of round 12, and it's not looking good for Don Cockell. Although there was a lot of close rounds, if the judges end up giving it to the low scorer, well, let's see. We're going to go to the next round, and that should take us to the judges' decision here. Roberto Ramirez scores about 115-113. Dabby Shirley scores about 118-112. And Gary Camposi scores about 117-111. For the winner by unanimous decision, James Douglas wins this one. Ding, 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 ding. 115-113, so it was really close on the first judges. 6-round advantage for Dalby. And a 6-round advantage there as well. So these two had it pretty much in favor of Douglas. If I could save the stats here. Save the stats. Douglas is 2-0 in his fights, and Don Cockell is 0-1 in his fights. So, that is Title Bout 2. Thanks so much for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We'll be back again sometime soon for another fight. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we'll see you all next time. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you guys soon.